Hello, my name is Brendan Bergman, and I am currently enrolled in a public college here in Whitewater, Wisconsin. I recently transferred here from the private college up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I hated it at my previous, less diverse and more expensive school, and I'm so glad I transferred to this more inclusive and highly populated school. So, my presentation today will be on why public schools are better than private schools. The pros of public schooling. One pro of public schooling is the various backgrounds of people that are accepted into them. A second pro is the large amounts of organizations that the state and school both help fund and create. A third pro is a much larger campus due to a more student population. A fourth pro is a sporting event that is wicked insane and heavily populated, which brings in tons of money. For example, football games, basketball games, and baseball games. The last pro is because so many people are accepted, you never know which one or more of your friends might play a huge role in your life in your future, such as, for example, a best man. On the other hand, we got cons of private schooling. Private schools cost a lot more money than public schools do because they have such a small range of people that they accept. Due to the school being private, the state does not aid the school financially, which cuts out a lot of events, organizations, and buildings that could have been built to help aid the college. Most of the time, private schools require super high grades on tests such as the ACT, SAT, or other required standardized tests. This is why the population is so small, because the acceptance rate is so particular on who they let in. Private schools are smaller schools, which means they are also less diverse. The impact on mental health. Public schools are more freely routed, so students can explore themselves on their own terms and explore a range of various events, classes, and future routes. This takes the pressure off them because they're not pressured to be a certain type of person or aren't expected to be rich in their future. Private schools, on the other hand, because they cost so much and are more school focused, put a ton of stress on the students to succeed and their families as well. Building future relationships. One major reason why I know public schools are better is because of this. They have a large amount of Greek life, which helps humongously in future relationships. I joined a fraternity and I went from that introverted and shy kid at the private school to an outgoing and I'm honestly considered a strong leader just because of the friends that I've met in my Greek life. These future relationships are key on having a successful life. It's not all about the money. Better schooling means better opportunities. Because the state funds public schools, upgrades and renovations are likely to happen more often than a private school who focuses more on classes and more academic related ideas. So public schools can get more like professional teachers with their money. They can upgrade their classes to have a better seatings, better classrooms, bigger classrooms, or even possibly adding more stadiums or all stuff that can bring in more money for their own school. So it's like a win-win situation. They get money to give money to get money. To end it off, overall, a quote that I found that I like because it talks about like the truth, I think, that it brings out is public schools were designed as the great equalizers of our society, the place where all children could have access to educational opportunities to make something of themselves in adulthood. Overall, in my opinion, public schools are better than private schools because they just offer so much more and they are so much less pressured to succeed, which could be a bad thing, but they do it in a smart way. Thank you.